Hi, I'm Kyle Mitchell with Whitaker Brothers, and today we've got the Martin Yale 1812. I want to show it to you. We've got a lot of great features here. It's a very robust paper folder, despite having a price that is not so robust, and that's good for you. It's coming in closer. I'll show you how it works. Now, this is a full-featured manual paper folder, and when we say manual, it means that the full plates have to be adjusted. So let me load my paper first, and then I'll show you how those full plates are adjusted. We press down on this table, it'll lock into place. We put our paper right in there, and we push this red button right here. So that brings the paper right underneath this feed tire right here. It's in the perfect position. Now we're ready to set our fold. The process of setting the fold, it all happens right here. So what it's interested in is the paper length. We're using 8.5 by 11 paper and 11 inches of length. So if I want to set this for a letter fold, I just look for the picture, which is right here, and I want M-E, okay? So up here, we want to set it to M. I'll loosen it up. I'll bring this up to M, and I'll tighten it, and then I'll go to the one on the bottom. We want to set this bottom one to E. Loosen up the thumb screw and find where E is. All right, I spotted it. Bring it down, got it right to where it needs to be, and I'm gonna tighten it. Now, you'll notice that these fold plates are ambidextrous. Since they can be inserted in either side, you have to know which side you're working with. So since this is one and all the numbers and letters are facing us, that's how we know that's the one we use. The only reason we would switch it around is if we swapped the fold plates, then two would be facing us because it would be on the opposite side of the machine. So that's how you'll know. The rest of running the equipment is very easy. There's only one button left. I'm going to start with a test button because this machine works very, very quickly. So if we're making a mistake, if it takes us 3 or 4 seconds to realize it, we may have burned through a few dozen sheets of paper. So I'm going to push test. That'll pull 2 through. So I take a look at my test. I'm pretty pleased with what we've got here. So now I'm just going to let it rip. And you'll see what we've got is a whole lot of perfectly folded pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper. Now, being called the Martin Yale 1812, this will take paper sizes up to 18 inches by 12 inches. So you've got a lot of flexibility in terms of the size that you want to work with. Also on the front, we have a speed adjustment. So this is helpful when you're running really light paper. So something closer to tissue paper, you can't pull it quite as aggressively because then it will crinkle while it's in the machine. So you don't want to back the speed off. But that's definitely not necessary with normal printer or copier paper. You can go full speed if you want to. So here we've got some 11 by 17 paper. We're going to show you how it runs larger paper sizes. The first thing we're going to want to do is loosen up these paper guides. This will give us enough space to run 11-inch paper. Once I get it where I want it, I'll bring them in a little bit, tighten it up, and that should be good. Next thing I want to do, I want to push this down, let the paper fall under the feed tire, push this red button, it brings it back up. Now we adjust our fold plates. Now let's do a half fold. So on a half fold, on 17-inch paper, the top plate is at Q, and the bottom plate is at A. So let's find Q. Here's Q. I'll bring this up, tighten it at Q, and then I'll come around the other side, and I want this one to be at A. Now A appears to be all the way up into the machine. So I'm tightening it there. And right inside here, the last of the adjustments that you have will allow you to change the exit roller. This is important because if the exit roller isn't set correctly, paper will back up into the machine or it won't fold properly. So if you just make a little adjustment here, it'll save you a lot of time on the back end. So we're doing 11 by 17 paper and we're folding it in half. And we can see the half picture right there. I can see 11 by 17 right there. Now we just hit start, we're good to go. And here you have it, 11 by 17 paper folded in half. So this metal cover right here protects a lot of the important feed components of the machine, and when it's in operation, those components are moving at a very high speed. So you'll see this flashing right here. That means that the machine will not allow itself to run when the cover's off. It's just a safety feature to keep you from hurting yourself or any of your employees from hurting themselves. Alright, so maintenance of the Martin Yale 1812 isn't so bad. When you lift up this cover, we've got access to most of the more important things within this machine. It's not computerized, so there is no diagnostics mode. It's completely manual, so the amount of electronics in here are very minimal. But what does happen on a very frequent basis is these rubber alloy type rollers are going to absorb toner from your printer. So your printer applies toner to paper, the paper folder folds the paper and absorbs some of that toner in the process. In the short term, that's not a big deal, but in the medium and long term, it'll cause hesitation, it'll cause jamming, it'll cause misfeeds, and eventually it's going to cause you to need new rollers. And rollers are expensive, they're like an engine in a car. So that's why we have the Whittaker Brothers Preventative Maintenance Kit. This is everything you need to take care of your paper folder instead of paying a professional $200, $300, $400 to come and do it for you. Now some of the more important components of this are our roller cleaner. So what this does is it cleans off the toner from your rollers and it conditions them. If you use just alcohol on it, you're going to dry it out, they're going to crack anyways, and it's going to happen faster than the toner would do it. So here's the roller cleaner. Second very important thing that it comes with is the first component on these machines that go bad is right here. It's a primary feed tire. There's more stress on this piece than any other piece in the entire device. When this goes bad with the Whittaker Brothers Maintenance Kit, you're going to have a backup that you can just put right on and get more life out of your paper folder. So what's my personal opinion of the Martin Yale 1812? We gained a lot of space for folding paper. Paper size is 12 by 18. It's kind of being phased out though, so I'm not sure exactly how useful that is. What we did pick up though is a much sturdier design. So compared to the Martin Yale 1711, the 1217A, this is a tough paper folder. You got a lot of metal in here. It was actually quite a bit of effort to lift it up on this table. It's manual, which means there's less to break. The bad side of that is it takes a bit of a trained operator to learn how to use it. So adjusting the full plates isn't the press of a button like it is in the Martin Yale 2051. There's a bit of effort behind it. You got to know how to loosen up these full plates, move them, tighten them, adjust these side guides, mess with the skew, mess with the paper evacuation. All those things you have to concern yourself with. Now, none of them are major. They don't take very long to learn. But if you don't have anybody to teach you, it might be a little bit more difficult. Whittaker Brothers is here to help you though. If you give us a call, we can walk you through this stuff. But if you're nervous at all, you might take a look at the Martin Yale 2051. Another popular thing that is confused with this machine is even though you're spending a fair amount of money on a paper folder, that doesn't mean that you're able to do any size paper that you want to. Sorry, any paper weight that you want to. So if this was card stock trying to go through here, if it was glossy or coated stock, you wouldn't be able to do any of those. You need an air-fed paper folder for those. These are friction-fed paper folders. The bad news about air-fed paper folders is, despite their speed, despite their flexibility, they're very expensive. The least expensive ones are still $5,000 or $6,000. So it's hard to recommend those, especially when you're doing only a moderate volume of paper that fits that description. So overall, I think the Martin Yale 1812 is a solid machine. I think it's the most economical high-end machine there is. But you're so close to Martin Yale 2051 where you would gain so many extra features that when you look at this as a long-term investment, 5 or 10 years, just a few $100s extra, and all of this could be automated for you. So it's something to consider when you're shopping around. So that was the Martin Yale 1812 commercial grade paper folder from Whitaker Brothers. My name's Kyle Mitchell. Thanks for watching.